A little bit of a recipe one now, which I'm going to finish off on an open fire, as I like to do out in the woods. I saw a recipe a while back for garlic and ginger soup, and I scribbled a few notes down, and it looked quite tasty, and I thought to myself, what can I do to vary that? Because I like my wild ingredients as well, and I've sort of come up with a hybrid soup now, purely experimental. I have no idea what it'll taste like, but me being the person I am, I'll eat it anyway. So what I'm actually going to do is create a potato and ginger soup. I'm going to put a vegetable stock cube in it. It's about the only artificial bit to it. An onion. But when I take it out into the wild, I'll prepare this, boil the spuds down. I'll take it out into the wild, have my normal campfire as I do, and I'll take this mixture with me. I'm going to knock it all up in this blender, and then I'll just put it in the fridge. It'll last a couple of 3 days, and I'll go out one morning the next couple of days, get the open fire going, and I'll put this into a pan, and I'll render it down then, reduce it. But as it's reducing, there's a lot of wild garlic out at the moment. It's too late in the season to use the bulbs, the tubers. They've gone soft now, but the woodland floors round about are just carpeted in wild garlic, and a lot of it has flower stalks on it, although the flowers haven't come out yet. All parts of wild garlic is edible, so I'll be adding some coarsely chopped leaves and flower heads into the final soup as it's reducing on the campfire. And it's still a bit early in the year, but I'll forage about for a few buds and things. There's some hawthorns coming out now and stuff like that, which of course are all edible, and I'll throw some of those into the final mix as well, and then it's all going to be eaten down with some nice crusty bread. And while that's happening, I'll have my water boiling for a nice mug of tea or two to wash it all down. I'll do it early one morning this week. I can get all that done, and I can still go to work. So I've got the blender here. I've got a little onion, a stock cube, bit of ginger, and some potatoes. And this is purely off the top of my head. There's no recipes to follow as such. I'm just going to boil it all down, blend it, boil it all down, and hope it turns out okay. So bear with me on that one. A little potato peeler on this. These spuds are getting a bit past the best now. Some of these potato soup recipes I have looked at, they recommend 1 large potato per person, irrespective of the variations on the recipes. I've got 3 smaller ones here, which is probably a little bit more than 1 large potato, but then I'm a greedy git, so I don't care. That's done. We're giving these a rinse in a minute. Yeah, I'll just chop these potatoes up into small cubes. Make it a bit easier to go through the blender. Not much in the way of finesse here. I'll just rinse these potatoes off after peeling them. But, when food's cooked well, it doesn't matter if it's not particularly clean. And I mean clean in the sense that, you know, you can have like soil and stuff on them. There's a lot to be said for ingesting bits of soil and stuff, and things aren't 100% clean. Not to do with hygiene, health and safety and all that. It's just there's a lot of useful protection to be had, building up your antibodies and stuff when you're exposed to dirt. I don't mean bacterial type dirt, just general sort of soil. Like kids used to be in the old days, they'd go into, you know, they'd go into the house at the end of the day and they'd be caked in mud and they had the fingers in their mouths and they didn't care about anything. These days, all the kids are sick, they're cosseted, they're terrified to get their hands dirty. Some of them, they can't even leave the house without gel in their hair and smelling nice, as they think they are. And then they worry why they get sick in later life. Half the kids in my school had broken bones when I was in school. You never see a kid with a broken arm now. They don't take any risks at all. So I'm just going to do this onion now. Although I'll be putting a bit of garlic in, which I'll get in the woods fresh when I start boiling all this up. It seems that most soups can't be soups without a bit of onion in them. So let's chop this onion up as well. The only thing I'm really worried about is overpowering all this with the ginger. Now I like ginger, so I'm not too bothered if it does get a bit more gingery than it should be. But I'm going to chop this, I reckon it's probably quite hard to get, actually hard. I'll boil that in the pan with the potatoes. I'm going to soften these potatoes up with the onion. I'm going to boil them for about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and then I'm going to put this ginger, I'm going to grate some of that, or chop it up rather, into it. I'm going to blitz it all in the blender there with about half a pint of water, and then I'm going to put that to one side, then let it cool. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and the next part of this little video will be me putting it all on an open fire in the woods and gathering some extra wild plants to add into it, primarily garlic and any other bits and pieces, buds and things I can find. It's early April, so and we've had a funny year this year, so the plants budding and things like that, it's a bit retarded. Last year there was leaves on the trees, but they're only just coming out up to a fortnight later this year. So we'll see what we can find when we do go out in the woods, as it were. Get all these into the pan. That's vegetable stock cube in there, and half a pint of water. I might just put a little bit more water in there because of the extra potato. I'll actually drain this off and a bit. If it's too much water, even after boiling it. I'm just going to boil this now for about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes at the most, and soften them up. And then I'm going to put a lot in the blender and blitz it with the ginger then. So just light up the stove. So just pop that on the stove there. and let that boil for 20 minutes. A nice stir. The potatoes have got soft now, onions in there. There's a really nice oniony smell in the room, and the vegetable stock cube, as I said a bit earlier, has all gone now, and making me hungry just smelling that. I'm going to let that cool down for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to chop up some of this ginger, put it in, then blitz it, and then let it cool down cold, and then I'll put it in the fridge ready for the excursion to the woods. Just leave that in there. So I'll let it cool down for about 10 minutes. All remains now is to put this into a tub. Put that there. I've got a strange feeling this will be really gingery, but we'll see. I'll add a bit more water to that before I boil it up, and add the other ingredients out the wild. But that's essentially it now. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So I'll just put this lid on and transfer this to the fridge. So the next bit of time you'll see this, it'll be in the woods. Looking forward to it. That bridge down there is some age. I think it's medieval. I saw some figures somewhere for the tonnage of slate that come out of this. Down there. That hole there. That's the cave. I'm going to take our stuff in a minute. We'll get a little campfire going first, just to boil some water for some tea. And while that's on, we'll take the stuff inside and gather some wood for a good fire later, and sort some food out. That's the zoom in there. The fireplace. Last time I used that little grill, it was on a little tidal island in the Mouth History, or near Bournemouth. I think it was October or November last year. Serves its purpose well. Ian busying himself getting some wood. curious to know what those noises were before.
Water?
No, there's like batteries or something. I don't remember these graffiti. That's obviously been there since '05.
Yeah, I noticed some over there now.
That Enter the Dragon thing, that's been there for years. All this water coming off the rocks, that can be captured like if you put a pan underneath it, you'd have a nice, look at that, it's a continuous stream there, isn't that one?
Yeah.
That's perfectly good water, it just wants boiling.
Yeah, we're going there.
Yeah, just go and have a look. Just a bit slippy here. You see that? That was knocked into a little step, it'll be alright. A few drips coming down on my shoulder there. Enter the Dragon. So you've got this nice flat area here, you see. That's all rubble there. See that tunnel over there? Goes. I walk through there.
Yeah.
Walk through there. You can see through it there. The whole goes in a big circle and comes out over there. And there's a gully down there, which goes down about another 50 feet. It isn't particularly deep, this mine. It's damp, isn't it? But not wet. Plenty of footprints in here now. I think that tunnel there, that goes out and comes out further over, but they block that up. That's stuff on the walls, that's iron pyrite, like fool's gold. There's a lot of it in here. Unfortunately, it's not gold.
That's it there, is it?
Yeah, it could be. There's a fair bit of light off that, isn't
Yes, yeah.
You bring your Kindle, did you?
No. Have you?
No, I just remember you saying you were going to bring your Kindle.
I think I will go camping because either booking a tent in. Very good on these.
I think just here probably as good as anywhere.
Not just.
On this flat area, it's dry, isn't it? There's no drips. That's what I've been looking for, drips coming down.
That's the way out.
Yeah.
Way in.
That seems to be a bit more wet over there, doesn't it? Pools. So I think there's probably some drips there somewhere. It looks like it's recording of this snoring during the night. You know, all the times I've been here, one thing I've noticed, a piece of metal sticking in the concrete in the stone there. One thing I noticed is, or not noticed, I don't see any bats. Must be in here.
Yeah.
There's a big metal bolt stuck in the wall there, look.
Where are we going to go? Just there.
Yeah, somewhere flat. Yeah, there's drips over there, you can hear them, you see. And just, see that water?
Yeah.
There, the drip just at that pool. So, there needs to be somewhere here. There might be a slight bump or two underneath. We know to kick the small stones out the way, like. Because like that air bed of yours, you're not going to feel any gaps underneath that. Yeah. I think it's just this area really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How big's your sheet?
That's sort of like double bed size.
Yeah. Drips there, you see. The driest part here. I can move those stones out of the way, like. I might do that now. When that soup gets hot, I'll add the wild garlic, break the leaves up and drop them in. There's my soup. Start to boil up now. Good now. Yeah. I love a recipe. I put 3 potatoes in about, so you could, encompass them with your hand after before they were peeled. Put 3 of them in. I've got 2 pieces of ginger about that big in a pack. Co-op, like that was the only thing I sort of bought, you know, as it were. And then that went through a whole one of them and blended a lot together. Veg stock cube. That was about the only artificial thing in it. And an onion. Good that. Smell the ginger?
Yeah, you can get a whiff of it when the wind blows towards you.
Fire's decided to get excited.
stuff, but nice for 5, isn't it? Thing is, soon we'll need people all out of it. It'll probably flop on the fucking wall, won't it? Yeah, you leave that long conflict, I think.
Leave it on for a while, yeah. It's got a burn time of about, in total, about an hour, continuous. That's, considering the light we've got in here, that camera seems to be picking it up okay.
What, the video?
Yeah. If that turns out well, I'll be well impressed.
So it's 5 million times brighter than the candle.
It's what?
5 million times brighter than the candle.
Allegedly. I don't think they're ever what they say on the label. I bet there's hundreds of bats in here.
Hundreds?
Yeah, there's just so many nooks and crannies you can crawl into. I've been here before, I've looked and searched and never saw one. Then when I went to that canal tunnel, I made the other video I had out, they were all hanging from the roof. I saw nothing like that in here. Yeah, quite impressed with these bats flying around. Normally it's a big giveaway, you know, if there's a load of them together. They, you can see all the poo, you know, down the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can see any of that. It's not too bad, that dripping water either. I thought it would be a lot louder.
That's fine. Very relaxing.
I made the mistake once of camping at on one of Amai when all the bracken was up. I was quite close to the stream you get your water out of, but it seemed really quiet. It was muffled by all the bracken, and then I camped in exactly the same spot at a later date, and the fucking stream sounded really hard. loud, like.
Well, there's no bracken.
Yeah, it was a really effective noise break, you know. I just hear another bat there flying. Yeah, you couldn't have had a fire in there. And bloody tunnels would have filled up with smoke. Yeah. I wonder if anyone else has ever camped in here.
I thought that was going. I don't know when else stuck in it for years.
Yeah. There's plenty of people coming here. You can tell that from the footprints in the mud. We go further down that tunnel over there. There's the remains of some little tram lines and stuff.
Pass me that way, you mean?
Yeah, that passage going over that way. With the light off.
It's quite nice that light, isn't it?
This is that small torch.
Like a square one.
No, the one you just you press from the back end. That one is just standard here just before. That's the one that I'm shining around now. Turn that light off. It's black in it. Ooh. That's a good shot. This should frighten the punters when they look at this film. My face all lit up in the dark. Almost frightening myself.
Are you filming now, yeah?
Yeah, I've just got it pointing at my face. I don't... when you're behind the camera, you don't really peer in it a lot, do you? So, I don't know. Put my face in this one a little bit, just as in the spooky light. Let's have a bed. Wasn't bad. 20 minutes. Longest sleep I've had. I don't believe that. I saw a light going light earlier. And it just looked like that dark light, you know, it's sort of 10 minutes after it starts. I looked at my clock. Fuck me, I couldn't believe how late that was. Standing here for perspective. Like that. Be like that here. Come on. Hang on, I won't be bollocks.
Facebook after.
Aye.
I'll send it to Glenna.
Post it on my wall.
Things you get up to.
Post it on my wall. We were going to have breakfast. We were going to have breakfast, but being greedy gits, we ate tons last night, so we're a bit full this morning. I know, yeah. So we're almost packed up. We'll have a cup of tea and that, and then we'll clear off. But had a long sleep last night. 20 past 8. I looked at the clock. Couldn't believe what time it was. I'll tell you what, deathly silence in there, wasn't it? Except for those drips.
Yeah, the drip is nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did you have a watch on last night that was ticking?
I've got a watch and I could hear like something by me.
I could hear tick.
I thought it was you.
No. I was going to say to you, you got a watch. I was going to say to you, you got a watch. I could hear ticking. It was very close to my head. It wasn't far away.
Possible, because I thought I could hear one.
Yeah, I thought I could hear like a watch ticking.
It was a drip, it was like that consistent.
Oh yeah, it was.
I think it might be in there by echo of it, man. You can hear it.
Oh yeah, I can hear the tick on that.
Yeah.
I bet that's what I was listening to last night. Yeah.
Next person, there's someone there.
What? Oh, you thought someone? I thought you said there was someone there. Then. I bet there's some people up here today. I think most Sundays probably attract someone up here.
Yeah.
This will be heavy. That a good turn, so it's really hard. Being an old canister, an old stove,
I'll have to get one of them, you know, it's fucking handy. It's not very heavy to carry, is it?
Don't really trust it. When I was a kid, you know, they were on the field in front of me mother's house. You're obsessed by the skylark and stuff in Liverpool now. good, that fire actually.
Looks good on one coat. That's a bonfire.
It's just handy for getting rid of the crab, innit?
Well, yeah, they would carry fuck all down, didn't they?
How did you find that airbed last night?
It was alright. Yeah. It wasn't cold or uncomfortable at all.
Yeah.
When I turned over, it looked like tipping out or rolling over.
Yeah. I could just about feel the hardness of the floor, but it wasn't really there, you know, you just knew it was there. So if I'd have had another 2 inches of like insulation between me and the floor, I wouldn't have felt it at all. But I tell you what, I didn't feel any cold last night. Not, you know, when you're lying on the ground normally, like you're just your sleeping bag, and even just a bit of foil, you know, you can still feel the cold drawing the heat out your body, the floor. But I didn't feel any of that last night. Probably why I ended up even sleeping so late.
It's just a little bit of chill. I mean, if you had moved, your ear got cold, so it wasn't bad, like.
Didn't help me get go for a pee in the night.
Well, I got up as well. Do you hear me going? I got up.
Yeah.
That was about 5:45, I think.
Was it just going light? Did you see any light coming through?
It was light when I looked around. It was light.
Yeah.
The next thing you said is 8:20.
Yeah, I felt it a little bit chilly at one point, but I don't know. I turned over, went to sleep, and that was the last of it.
Yeah, I just went under the sleeping bag. Yeah, inside it.
Just put someone else's rubbish on the fire, get rid of that. Whew, it's got that steep path there.
Oh, on top.
I'm out of breath now. Yeah, zoom in there. There's one lower down as well. It's just got out of sight on the lower ledge. That lower ledge there, just behind the trees.
Yeah.
That'd be a good place to camp, wouldn't it? It's bastards to get up there, like. Imagine the view from there. Yeah, good view of the Corwin Leisure Centre. And that eyesore down there, right in the middle of the view.
That white thing, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's the Leisure Centre in Corwin, yeah. Yeah, it is, that fence line along the top. It meets that other one going up the other side of the quarry. There's a lake on the top there. Yeah, interesting camp out that. Yeah. Well, bye cave.
It's a shell in it.
Some nice stone here, you know. Just can't believe it's just been left. You know, using them for ornamental fireplaces and that. And then could be 50 grand worth of product there.
All that Corona beer.
More litter.